If your husband impregnates another woman, where do you even start? My friend, it's different when your husband cheats and there's no pregnancy involved, because you can sit down, you can talk and agree, please don't do this anymore. But now here's a situation, there's someone who is pregnant, which means there's a soul that has been created. Now, how do you deal with such a situation? You have to figure out two things, either a reaction or a response. If you react, there are no solutions. If you respond, there is a solution. So I wish we can follow the response angle. Number one, cool down. I know this is painful. I know this is very disrespectful towards you. I know you feel betrayed, but you have to cool down. And I know there is anger. You feel like you can change things in your life right now, but cool down. Let the anger settle down. Now the Bible says in Psalms 37 verse 8, refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret. It leads only to evil. Number two, you need to have a sit down with your man, not with a woman. Because sometimes women make this mistake. They go attacking the woman that the husband slept with. You don't know them. That's a stranger to you. You only know your husband. So that means come have a sit down with your husband and have an honest conversation, hoping that he's going to be remorseful, hoping that he's going to see his mistakes, and hoping he can change. If he's not remorseful, my friend, give it more time. Take a short break. Even if you can go stay with someone else, take a short break until he gets into his own senses. If he is remorseful, there could be a solution. A broken and contrite spirit God cannot despise. I think it's in the book of Psalms 51 verse 17. My sacrifice, O God, is a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. You, God, will not despise. Number three, you need to seek the grace to overcome this situation, because now there's a soul that has been created. Because what are you going to do with this child? Because you cannot neglect the child, the father cannot neglect the child, and we need to figure out, how do we deal with this situation? It has happened. There has to be a solution. So this is where you seek the grace of God to overcome this period. And I know it's difficult because you have to discuss and agree. How are we going to raise this child? You and that woman, they have to figure out, how will this child be brought up? Because children are a blessing. By the way, no child comes as a mistake. The two of them could have made a mistake, but the child is not a mistake. So during this time, you need to ask the grace of God to help you overcome this situation. And do not fear. God will walk with you. In fact, says, I think it's in the book of Isaiah 41 verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. And says, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand during this period. Now that you sit down as a mature people, you've agreed, moving forward, you cannot be involved with this woman. Number two, this child has to be brought up. So you need to figure out how much resources will be going towards the upbringing of the child. So number four thing, you have to agree on communication boundaries. Otherwise, you don't want to allow a situation where now your husband and this other woman are now communicating to a point you might end up even being better friends. You need to agree on communication boundaries. How are we going to deal with this? Can I be the one as a wife who sends the money to this woman? Or can you keep it where you just send the money and avoid too much communication? This is where you have to agree. Amos 3 verse 3. Can two walk together except they be in agreement? So you have to sit down, agree, and then moving forward, you can find a solution. Don't react. Reactions have no solutions, because reactions involve shouting at each other, being angry, running for a divorce, looking for weird ways of settlements. So my friend, go easy and allow the Spirit of God to help you overcome this situation. And I pray for anyone who is in that situation, may the grace of God, may the peace of God that surpasses understanding be upon you to help overcome this period. One day, I assure you, one day you will smile again. Right now, I know it's difficult to smile, but one day, you remember, save this video, because one day you will smile again.